Steak and eggs, a classic combination that has stood the test of time, gracing breakfast tables and dinner plates alike. A culinary match made in heaven. The rich, savory flavors of a perfectly cooked steak paired with the creamy, runny yolk of sunny-side-up eggs create a symphony of taste that is hard to beat. It's a dish that speaks of indulgence, of starting the day with a bang, or ending an evening on a high note. Whether it's a luxurious breakfast in bed or a romantic dinner for two, steak and eggs never fail to impress. But achieving that perfect harmony of flavors, that melt-in-your-mouth tenderness, and that visual symphony of colors and textures, that's where the real art lies. It's not just about cooking, it's about creating an experience. This isn't just about throwing a piece of meat and a couple of eggs onto a plate. It's about selecting the finest cuts of steak, the freshest eggs, and the perfect seasonings to bring out the best in each ingredient. It's about understanding the nuances of each ingredient, the dance of heat and time, the symphony of seasoning, the right amount of salt, the perfect sear, the ideal cooking time for the eggs. All these elements come together to create a dish that's greater than the sum of its parts. It's about passion, precision, and a dash of culinary artistry. Every step, from the initial preparation to the final plating, requires attention to detail and a love for the craft. So, are you ready to embark on this delicious journey? Are you prepared to take your cooking skills to the next level and create a dish that will wow your family and friends? Are you prepared to elevate your breakfast or brunch game to Michelin star standards? Imagine serving a plate of steak and eggs that looks like it came straight out of a gourmet restaurant. Then grab your aprons, folks, because we're about to unlock the secret to perfect steak and eggs. Get ready to impress and delight with every bite. Now, before we even think about firing up the stove, we need to talk ingredients. The essence of any remarkable dish starts with what you put into it. Remember, the foundation of any great dish lies in the quality of its components. Fresh, vibrant, and high-quality ingredients are non-negotiable. And when it comes to steak and eggs, there's no room for compromise. This classic combination demands the best. For the steak, we're looking for flavor, tenderness, and that beautiful marbling that renders into juicy perfection. A ribeye with its rich flavor and generous marbling is always a winner. The marbling melts during cooking, infusing the meat with unparalleled juiciness and taste. But a New York strip, with its firm texture and bold flavor, will also hit the spot. It's a leaner cut, yet still packed with robust taste. And the eggs? They are just as crucial. Free-range, organic, the freshest you can find. These eggs come from chickens that roam freely, resulting in richer, more flavorful eggs. We want those yolks to be a vibrant orange, bursting with flavor and adding a touch of sunshine to your plate. The quality of the eggs can elevate your dish from good to extraordinary. Salt and pepper, the dynamic duo of the culinary world. The unsung heroes that can make or break a dish. And when it comes to steak, they're absolutely essential. Generously season your steak with salt and pepper on both sides. Don't be shy. We want that flavor to penetrate every nook and cranny. You can also add a touch of garlic powder or onion powder for an extra layer of flavor. But remember, simplicity is key. We don't want to overpower the natural flavor of the steak. Just enhance it, elevate it, and let it shine. Section 4. The pan's embrace, cooking the perfect steak. Now let's talk heat. The key to a perfect steak starts with the right temperature. We want a pan that's screaming hot. This ensures that when the steak hits the pan, it immediately starts to sear, creating a beautiful crust. This will give us that beautiful sear, that caramelized crust that locks in all the juices. The Maillard reaction, which is responsible for that delicious crust, only happens at high temperatures. Add a knob of butter to the pan and let it melt. The butter not only adds flavor, but also helps in achieving an even sear. Then gently lay your seasoned steak onto the hot surface. Make sure the steak is dry before placing it in the pan to avoid any steam. Listen for that satisfying sizzle. That sound is an indication that the steak is searing properly. That's the sound of flavor being born. The sizzle means the steak is caramelizing and developing those deep, rich flavors. Cook the steak for 3 to 4 minutes on each side for medium rare, ensuring you get a nice crust before flipping. Adjusting the time depending on the thickness of your steak. Thicker cuts will need more time, while thinner cuts will cook faster. And your desired level of doneness. Use a meat thermometer to check the internal temperature if you're unsure. And don't forget to baste. Basting helps in keeping the steak moist and adds layers of flavor. Spoon that melted butter over the steak as it cooks, ensuring every part of the steak gets that rich, buttery flavor. Keeping it moist and adding another layer of flavor. This final touch makes all the difference in achieving a perfect steak. Section 5. Golden yolk and crispy edges. Mastering the fried egg. While the steak is resting, let's turn our attention to the eggs. Heat a non-stick pan over medium heat and add a knob of butter. Crack your eggs directly into the pan, being careful not to break the yolks. Season with salt and pepper and cook for 2 to 3 minutes, or until the whites are set and the edges are crispy. If you like your yolks runny, you can baste the whites with the hot butter as they cook. This will help them set faster without overcooking the yolks. Section 6. A feast for the eyes, plating with panache. Now for the grand finale, the plating. This is where we transform our culinary masterpiece into a work of art. Place your perfectly cooked steak on a warm plate and let it rest for a few minutes. This will allow the juices to redistribute, ensuring a tender and flavorful bite. Then gently slide your fried eggs onto the plate, nestling them next to the steak. For a touch of freshness and visual appeal, garnish with a sprig of rosemary or thyme, and there you have it, a feast for the eyes and the stomach. Section 7. Join the culinary adventure, like, subscribe, and indulge. So there you have it, folks. The secret to perfect steak and eggs revealed. Now it's your turn to step into the kitchen and create your own culinary masterpiece. Remember, cooking is about passion, experimentation, and a whole lot of flavor. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel for more delicious recipes and cooking tips. Until next time, happy cooking!